Welcome back, Panther fans. My name is David Brown. I'm here with Ryan Graham.
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber.
Hello.
And this is State of Atlanta. And I don't know how to open a beer. There we go. Excellent.
You forgot?
Since I don't know. I think I bit my fingernail down too much last night to really get in there and open that beer up. So
it was not really a nail biter of a game.
Yeah, but my nails taste delicious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you should try them sometime. You should really eat them.
Try your nails. Are you coming on to me right now?
You're the one biting my nails. It's not the other way around.
It's fine if you're on the receiving end.
It's like. I can't. There's every joke coming to my head right now. I can't say
no
now.
Good. Don't do it.
Yeah. So if it sounds weird about talking about last night right now, we are actually recording this on Sunday. We normally record on Tuesdays. We're recording on Sunday because we have Georgia State night at the Brave Stadium at Truist Park, and Tim and I are going to that game. And Ryan doesn't like anything that happens in Cobb County, so he's. I guess, Ryan, you could have just done a solo episode, right?
You accuse me of like really weird things sometimes, but not liking a lot of what goes on in Cobb County might be accurate. I might accept that.
Okay. That works. Yeah. So we're recording on Sunday. So any information that has come out on Monday or Tuesday day, we have no idea, but we can make up some stuff. We can say things happened.
AAC.
Yeah. We've been invited, right? The AAC. Yeah.
Reaction video a day before.
Do you think our 2021 resume holds up to an AAC invite? We'll talk about realignment in a minute or in several minutes. But man, come on. These past 2 weeks have not been what we needed to justify an invitation. At least, obviously they're going to base everything off of a lot more than the 2021 season. But as far as a fan perspective,
it's not been great. It's not been great.
Yeah. Tim, say something.
To some level of standard, I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
I have a little bit of like good feeling, knowing that it's not all about like wins, but you do have to show some upward momentum. And I feel like the team has been pretty sorry through 2 games, and it's pretty frustrating.
If it was about wins, then ECU would have never been admitted into the AAC. So
yeah,
good point.
Yeah. So I think media markets are overblown, but they do still matter. I think we take them into account too much. That it's definitely like a mix of things. But our media market is a very strong argument for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really want to get straight into the realignment stuff, but you're no, it's fine. No, I like the smooth conversation. I agree with you. There's so many things. So I watched our episode the other night, and I realized how fast I talk. So now I'm consciously trying to talk slower. But there are a lot of positive things about the Atlanta market. It's not just the Atlanta market. I mean, it's one of the easiest cities to get to in the entire country, the world, for that matter. And when you talk about travel costs and things like that, and I know that's really minute when it comes to all the expenses that are in a college athletic program, but still, how many head coaches want to fly into an airport and then take a bus for 3 or 4 hours into a mountain or into a valley or into a retention pond? It's just not something that they want to do. So being able to we could literally just hand out MARTA cards to everybody in the AAC and be like, all right, fly to Atlanta, take MARTA to your hotel. We'll see you at the game on Saturday. Good to go.
And they want to play in Atlanta. That's the other key, is that there are a lot of schools around here with a lot of talent, and they want to play in front of them, and they want to play in Atlanta. So
right. So yeah, we'll get into the realignment kind of stuff. But so I do want to talk about all of our sports a little bit, just kind of previewing where we are. We actually had a positive week. thankfully to a win today by our women's soccer team. We are 4-2-1 since we last recorded an episode, so it's a pretty positive record between all of our sports. So that's good.
I'm glad they're performing well.
I'm clinging on to positivity right now.
Woo!
But let's talk about. We went to Manny's in Grant Park to watch the game. Tim, I'm not sure how much you remember about being at Manny's, but Ryan, I thought it was a great place to watch a game. It was. I mean, the game was horrible, but it was a good place to watch the game.
Yeah, they had a bunch of TVs. We didn't get our sound because it was a little bit later, and they kind of turned into like a little Atlanta scene type area. But they had sound on for the earlier games, so I bet we could talk them into it.
Sound on for the Georgia games that they had sound on for.
Yeah, well, maybe for us if we had enough people there, though. You know,
so. I definitely think that's a possibility, and they do have that back area that. Who doesn't like the back area? They have the back area we could completely take. Who doesn't like a back area you could completely take over either? They had out there. I think it could be a potential serious watch
weird
party.
episode.
Yeah, that patio was pretty nice.
Yeah. So you do remember being there, Tim. You do remember.
I remember being there.
Well, I got there and we started drinking. Tim got there and you were like, "Let me give you a tour of the place." And I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna stay here and keep drinking." So I don't know what this patio looks like.
No,
it's great.
My favorite thing was Tim gets there and he's like, "Let me recount for you all the drinks I've had today. I woke up and had 2 or 3 mimosas and then Bloody Marys, and we went to this bar and then we went to this brewery and then we went here." Yeah, you rolled in pretty hot, Tim.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a full day of Athens drinking.
Yeah.
Hey, props to you, man. You went out and you pre-gamed in Athens, and then you made the trip down 316 or 315, as you put it in our text, and
got to see some of the boring football of the day, right? The Georgia UAB game, that was very boring.
I was kind of surprised by that because obviously, I mean, talking about back to a little bit about realignment, UAB is obviously, and rightfully so, on the forefront of who should be the first pick by American to come in. Sure. And I just expected better out of them. I mean, I don't. It doesn't change anything. They'll still be the first team that American picks up, but they just did not look good with Georgia playing even a backup and then a third. Didn't Georgia move to either third string quarterback at some point?
Yeah.
Rough day for the Dragons.
They did not look good at all. It was just like almost no fight.
Yeah, I didn't watch the entire game. I was doing all that kind of stuff, but man, they just couldn't get anything moving.
Nothing.
And which bodes well for us because hell, we couldn't get anything moving. I guess we scored points. They got some garbage points at the end, right?
We were overpowered throughout the game, pretty much in every aspect, but we had a couple of good little drives here and there. There were signs of life for sure in a way that there wasn't. It didn't feel like there was for Air Force.
Or Army. That's what I wanted. That's what I want to talk about. Like, so obviously the first 2 drives for UNC, they just kind of scored at will. It was nothing. But after that, in that first half, we kind of started getting our stuff together. We made a lot of mistakes and everything, but we go into the halftime 21-10, if I'm not mistaken. It's a game. You figure if we had made some stops earlier on, it could have been a completely different thing. But man, the wheels fell off in the third and fourth quarter. It was.
I was actually, we have to talk about the really terrible play calling, really deep in our territory, where we went for it for fourth behind the 20-yard line, and then I think we did it again on like the 30 or 40-yard line, and it's like, I don't know if the game plan was just like, no, we're going to go for it because we have to be aggressive against this team that's better than us. But like, it's insane. Like, we were in the game at that point. We felt like we were in the game at that point. And, a mistake like that makes it 28-10 instead of 21-10, which makes it not a close game. Like that's the difference between a close game and not a close game. And you just don't do stupid shit like that. on like the, what was it, like the 15-yard line or something stupid. It's like,
something
what are you
ridiculous.
doing?
Yeah.
Maybe we're taking up. There's that coach that doesn't punt ever. Maybe we're gonna shift to that mindset. We'll never punt. Go for it.
I don't know what was going through Coach Elliott's mind through all of that. Maybe if I would have watched the presser after I got that. So I mean, you guys know I had to leave the watch party early, and so I was sitting at home. I got the email about the presser, and I was like, "Oh, I could head downstairs and hop on that press conference and talk to Coach about what happened." And I was like, "Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's not a positive thing to do right now." But it was strange. I feel like you do that kind of thing at the last minute when like all other options have kind of escaped you. But yeah, you're right. It was some strange play calling there. But the game is, even then, the game just got out of hand.
Yeah.
Like the reason why I had come home was I was dealing with a sick kid and stuff. And it felt like every time that I like put the kid down and came back out, we'd given up 2 more touchdowns.
It went a little crazy there in the second half. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, at one point my wife walks in and goes, "It's a good thing you're in here instead of out there. It's not going well for you."
Well, and I'll say, like, Quad all night just really looked terrible. He was overthrowing balls left and right. I mean, it was really pretty rough.
Well, not just all night, but the past 2 weeks. It's I don't know what's going on, because I felt like at the end of last season we really had a strong looking offense, and we've heard nothing but it's not like coach is going to talk about negativity in the offseason, but we've heard so many great things about what's going on. I don't know. We got Charlotte next week. Hopefully that's something we can right the ship. We are actually I think not favored in that game.
We are.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually put it. There was talk of us not being favored. Yeah, we are favored by 2.5. But there's one. So when there's one thing I want to say about this game. I think that Georgia State fans are so used to Atlanta fans are so used to disappointment. We were supposed to lose this game,
right?
Like. Sure. We got ourselves pumped up. We were supposed to lose this game. And I don't know if UNC losing to Va-Tech the week before made us think we had a better shot or something, or we were just still living in that high from Tennessee, and we should. But yeah, we were supposed to lose this game. Now, should we have lost by 40 points?
Right.
No.
I think there's flavors of losing for sure. So it's like we know we're gonna probably lose that game, like, and that part of it's not sad, but like how you lose does make a difference. And so talking about things like play calling and Quad really being inaccurate, like grossly inaccurate. I mean, he completed less than 50% of his throws. That's scary. That shouldn't happen. Like that's different losing, right?
But we saw some great glimpses of awesomeness. Like, we all three of us were shouting out at some play. I don't know if you remember this, Tim, or not, but we were actually excited about some stuff from time to time. We were shouting out at some great plays that happened in the game. So, I hate how it went. I hate that we lost to Army. But I hate how we lost to Army.
Bad, yeah.
I hate the score in the UNC game, but I think Georgia State fans, we have these high expectations for whatever reason. Why do Georgia State fans have high expectations? Because we never should.
I expect a completion rating of higher than 50% for my starting quarterback. Like, period. End of story.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
That's not a crazy expectation. Even if you expect to lose.
Right. I would have preferred to lose to Carolina like we lost to Wisconsin, right? We're competing. We had a chance.
Well, we were, man. We were competing. Like, obviously, like I said, those first 2 opening drives for UNC, they scored. Outside of that, in the first half, we really played them some solid football. And I don't know. I mean, you can say it's P5 depth versus G5 depth or whatever it is. I don't know. You could say it's P5 coaching versus G5 coaching. I don't know, but I don't know. Well, I think it's a perfect transition into playing Charlotte this week. I think Charlotte's really going to tell us where we are with this team. We lost to Army big, we lost to UNC big. Charlotte is 2-0. They beat Duke. They beat Gardner Webb solidly. I think that we'll find out where we are as a team with this game at Charlotte, and we'd better win.
But we can win of must wins.
Yeah. We've seen that Charlotte is not the pushover we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season, though, which sucks. It's
right.
Just add another game to the difficult schedule we have, right?
John says second highest points scored against a P5 in Coach Elliott's era. I think he means scored against us in P5 era. And I guess the other one was probably was that the Penn State game?
Well, let's not talk about it.
Oh no, I want to talk about it because that coach is an absolute phallus.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, John, what was the first one? Who was it?
In 10 to 15 seconds, he'll get this feed and let us know. But so Charlotte comes in. We have another night game, a 7:00 game. Ryan, will you be able to get your stuff in order to be able to make it out to the game on time?
Which game?
Charlotte this Saturday.
I'm not gonna get there at 7 a.m. That's not gonna happen. So, I was thinking maybe like noontime makes sense.
Noon
for a 7:00 game. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Wait. John's replied here. Let's see. I meant scored by us. We didn't. Is that really seriously? The 17 points was the highest we've scored against a P5 team.
Second highest.
Wow.
Second highest. Obviously, Tennessee.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, yeah,
we did score more points. Hey, positivity. We scored
now that you say, so we're in an upward trajectory when it comes to scoring points against P5 teams. God dang, that sucks. Yeah, so noon, really, right? Wait, I guess technically the lot opens at 2 p.m.
I was about to say we should figure out what time that lot's going to open first before we even make any promises, but noon seems about right to me.
I've got some bolt cutters. That lot can open whenever we want it to.
We're not doing B&E. It's not on the table.
Why not? We own it. We are members of citizens of the state of Georgia. We are taxpayers. We own this proproperty. This is our property. We belong there as much as anybody else does.
You don't want me to get into this. Not here. Not now.
I'm going to push you into it.
You don't want that. Nobody wants that.
So what are you thinking about this game? What are you thinking about Charlotte? 2-0 coming in to 0-2.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're not the pushovers we thought they were going to be. So I'm kind of scared, honestly. 2.5 point favorites. That's what we were for Army or Air Force or whoever the hell we played that first week.
So you're saying we don't have them where we want them?
We have them right where we want them, for sure.
We're going to be one desperate team looking for our first win.
I'm just confused about where we want them. So
now you're taking it to a different level. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this team. I mean, I'm basing. I know I said before the season started that we're basing everything off of the Army game, but that happened. I didn't like it. So now we're basing everything on the Charlotte game. And if it doesn't go the way I want it to go, I'll say it's all about the Appalachian State game, the Appy State game. I don't know. I like our chances in this game. I think this is our rebound game. I really think that Coach Elliott is not going to go 0-3 in this season. I just don't see it happening. I think that he's going to get his team together, figure it out. And this is the perfect time to play a team like Charlotte.
I think in the pregame, when Coach Elliott rips off people's helmets and stuff, he should smack them in the face too.
I mean,
not going hard enough.
Maybe save that for after the game, so we're not actually giving our players concussions before the game starts.
Whatever.
I know the intensity. I actually got to. There was some Instagram post that someone had out there of Coach Elliott doing all that stuff, like bowing up and getting in the face of the players. And one of my Georgia friends sent me that, and he was like, "I loved coaches." He played football, and he's like, "I loved coaches like this when I was in school." And I'm like, I just wish our team had the same intensity that Coach did.
Yeah, but I mean, you remember like we'd be watching games back in the day, and everybody on the sideline be like bored. You like half expect them to be like sitting there on their phones texting, like, and it's like, get up into the game. I know you're on the sideline, but like act like you're halfway interested in what's going on.
I know I liked watching Coach Elliott on the sidelines, interacting with the refs and everything. He was all up in there. I mean, he was Bobby Coxing it quite a bit.
I was like, he's about to get teed up. I don't even know if that's a thing in football, but he's about to get ejected from this damn game.
If Coach Elliott gets ejected from a game, I am going to get myself a Coach Elliott jersey.
Yeah, it'd be my hero. That would be so amazing.
Absolutely. I love that. I mean, Bobby Cox is my hero, not because of any win-loss record or any kind of playoff experiences, whatever, but I just love that he's like the most kicked out coach or manager of all of Major League Baseball, like in history. I love it. I love it.
Oh yeah, me too.
I love
yelling bullshit. It was funny because everyone in the bar started laughing because I started going like, "Get him, coach! Get him! Rip that motherfucker! Ref's head off!" And I think I didn't say it just then. So
it was like my Coach Miles in a game. I forget the game it was, but a player, the opposing team's player, had been tackled like in our sideline. And he got kind of bowed up in front of our players, and Coach Miles like said something to him. He couldn't make out the words or whatever. And the post game presser, I mean, he was in there. He was into it. He was going in. He was just finger going, nostrils flaring. What little hair he had on his head was on end. He was just getting into this guy. And they asked him in the post game presser, Coach Miles, what'd you say to this guy? And he's like, I just reminded him that his side of the field was on the other side, and he should get there as soon as possible.
Oh boy!
I think that actually may have been when I fell in love with Coach Miles.
He's such a little guy though, too. Like he's a short dude too, or is a short dude,
and a wide receiver.
Yeah,
a wide receiver. He's like a 5'7" wide receiver.
Like if you had to choose between the two coaches on who you would rather have, like all bowed up in your face yelling, like Miles all day. But I do not want Elliott in my face about anything.
Wasn't Bill Curry an offensive lineman?
I think so. It was a different time, David. It was a different time.
And granted, he's like 90 years old now. That no offense to Coach Curry. I'm just talking smack. But like he's a scrawny guy now. Like, the game was way different back in the black and white era.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he still had like a leather helmet, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Did he? I was making a joke, but Jesus Christ.
Sure. We'll go with that. I don't think had they invented plastic yet.
Jesus. They had bricks. We know that. I guess that was when he was coaching.
But yeah. We know that they had green bays. That's all we know. So no, I think that this Charlotte game's gonna be interesting. They're 2-0. They've beaten a P5 team, albeit Duke. They had a convincing win against their FCS opponent. This will be their first away game, their first chance to get out. We'll see, right?
Yeah.
I guess we're supposed to actually have some. The reason why we do this is to actually have something to say about it, but I don't have much to say about Charlotte 49ers.
No, we talked a bunch about it now. We've had a lot of stuff to say. We've just bounced around.
So
what are we doing for the tailgate? What are we gonna do?
Apparently you're rolling in around what you said, 1 or 2 o'clock. Was that Eastern or Central time?
I said noon time.
I didn't know because being in the Sun Belt Conference, I wasn't sure if you.
Are we gonna what are we doing?
Well, we were supposed to be doing our smoke off.
Right? Our what? Our smoke off. That's for Charlotte, huh?
I mean, that was supposed to be the game for that. So
okay,
it's probably a conversation we should have had before coming on here. But
let's be clear with the fans: the smoke off is about meat.
The smoke off is about weed.
Meat, not weed.
Everyone, bring your favorite herb.
Look, Tim, we're not gonna exclude anyone in the smoke off. They can have whatever they want. All right.
Let's be fair.
Pork butt and some weed.
Yeah, some MILF in there.
That one is the weed.
Hey, let's be fair. If someone brings in some pot, it's downtown Atlanta. I don't think anyone's going to notice anything whatsoever at all. That being said, don't bring it to our tailgate and get us in trouble for anything.
Yeah, we're against it.
No, we're not against. Well, I mean, I don't really care, but
I'm winking very loudly.
I just don't want to get in trouble for anything.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We don't want it at our tailgate.
We don't. We neither endorse or condone or whatever. I'm stupid.
Yep, you're making it weird, David.
I've gone on way too long about this.
All right, so we can smoke anything we want for the tailgate.
Sure, why not?
No, I mean, like, are there rules about this smoke off? This like, what do we? Is there anything?
It had to have had a heartbeat at some point in its life.
All right, and then all right, so no vegetables. That actually is different. Okay.
I mean, it means side items, but I'm not smoking vegetables.
I smoked a cauliflower. It wasn't great. Not gonna lie, it was.
Yeah, but you know why? Because it's cauliflower.
No, I love cauliflower. I just maybe prefer it other ways.
With all due respect to this trying to be somewhat of a PG rated podcast, cauliflower just looks like a venereal disease to me. I remember my health classes in freshman year of college or high school, and yeah, it just looked like cauliflower, and broccoli looks like molded cauliflower. So none of that stuff. That's not good. That's not good stuff.
You're wrong. That's fine. It's cool, man. It's your thing. You're just wrong. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of things wrong with me. So yeah. So let's
anything that had a heartbeat, and all right, cool. Are we gonna do like the chili cook off? Like I remember you usually brought like a bag of beans that was like to vote, right? Some cups.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of an interest we have in doing the whole thing. But yeah, we'll do a little vote off. So yeah.
Cool.
You have any? All right, I know what I'm doing. So we'll see if yours can compare to mine. Tim, are you going to compete? Yeah, you suck. You're horrible.
What are you going to make? I'm interested.
Oh man, I mean, a winner.
Who cares? Who cares if you tell me what it is? It's not going to like change anything. You're better at this than me. You've been doing it professionally for a while. Not professionally, but competitively.
I mean, award winning. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'll probably do my smoked beef tenderloin.
Beef tenderloin?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
We'll see. All right. What are you going to talk about?
I don't know, man. What do you want to talk about?
You care? Do you guys? So, this is a question. So, I thought about this. I've been very, very harsh on the conference we're in. Am I too harsh? Do I hate on the Sun Belt too much?
No.
No?
No.
All right. So Tim says maybe. Ryan says no. So I mean, because I feel like I'm very, very negative on it, and I just want to make sure that I'm not too negative, because I'm not going to say that I'm going to change how I feel, but should I be? And the reason why I bring this up is, do we want to talk about how our conference mates fared this past week?
I think we could talk about it. Some interesting matchups out there, some interesting losses.
Yeah, well, the Beach Chickens, they're 3-0 against Kansas.
They beat Kansas over the weekend
again. Oh, on Friday they played Friday Night Lights. Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't tell me about that.
49-20. It was actually a pretty close game. I tuned in a couple of times on Friday night. It was pretty close, but they ended up winning 49-22.
That's not close.
It was
close for a while.
It ended not close. Just kind of like how our game was close and then ended not close. It was
more
close.
than double.
Yeah. That sucked. I mean, because I was, wait, Jayhawks, Kansas Jayhawks.
The Jayhawks.
Yeah.
Not even a real bird. I had to start about that.
You were cheering for him?
Well, of course. I cheer for anybody that's playing a Sun Belt team, unless it's us.
Specifically Coastal, though. He really does not like Coastal.
No, I don't really like any school in the Sun Belt.
His biggest rival.
Oh, God, no. You all know that's not true.
Second biggest rival.
I mean, only because of their success. I mean, if I was to rank opponents, Sunbelt teams that I don't like, obviously we know who's first place. Second's going to be
Lafayette.
Yeah, and I mean, and then just by geography, Monroe's got to be third.
But you can't give a lot of thought to Monroe. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you don't understand how petty and stupid I am. If you're in the state of Louisiana, I'm going to hate you.
Did they win?
this weekend?
No.
They're
with us, one of the winless teams.
I have it here somewhere.
The Big Boomer or whatever.
The problem is I bolded the teams that won, and I can't find the team that beat Monroe. Maybe I didn't put it on there. I don't know.
Who did Monroe play? Do you know? Played Kentucky the first week.
I don't think I put it on my thing because I seriously cannot find it on my. I'm not very smart. But speaking of Louisiana teams, our buddies in Lafayette beat Nichols 27-24 as an FCS team. Lafayette enters the season as a ranked team and can barely put it together. And I know we got our asses smoked by two teams the past 2 weeks. However, Lafayette talked a lot more crap about their season than we have about it. Well, maybe not. But anyhow, they squeaked out a 3-point win against an FCS school. We didn't even put an FCS school on our schedule this season. So, LOL to ooh la la.
Crickets.
Really, you guys seriously don't care about this at all.
Well, LOL to ooh la la. I feel like you wanted some reaction, but it did not rise to the occasion.
It fell on deaf ears, that's for sure.
Sorry. No, it wasn't very good.
It did pique my interest, though, how close that score was. I wanted to tune in and actually see if they could pull up the upset. But
yeah, before I had even looked up what the scores were of the other Sunbelt teams, I saw a tweet by our Raging Cajun Review podcast brethren, and they were doing their rapid reaction type podcast, like right after the game. And I was like, oh, what was their rapid reaction about? I looked at the score. I was like, oh, yeah, you guys are not happy about that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, considering they were talking about, challenging Coastal for the championship and talking a lot of smack towards Coastal before the season.
To be fair, they don't have a lot of competition in the West. Although I would say Arkansas State lost this week. They lost they lost at home against Memphis 55-50. That's like the game we had against them last year.
I was gonna say, it sounds like the same kind
of a lot of points.
Track.
Yeah. And Memphis is supposed to be. Really, right? Isn't Memphis the best team left in the American right now? I know everyone's still there, but other teams saying.
I don't think anyone was trying to correct you, David. I think we all understood what you meant.
That would have been the first time you would have been on my side there, Ryan.
That's not true. What are you talking about? You told me I had thought things about Cobb County earlier, and I was like, you know what? You're probably right.
Well, see, look at me go. I'm like, all right, what, 2 for 2?
But isn't Memphis still trying to get out of?
Memphis is hoping that the Big 12 adds one more team. I would have to imagine. I'd have
to imagine they're pretty high up on the list of next 4 in, right?
I would have thought that they would have been higher on the list than, I don't know, like Cincinnati.
I think Cincinnati is the pride. I mean, UCF and Cincinnati are probably the prides of the American, and Houston definitely right at the upper echelon. But that replaces that Texas team that they're losing by.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking footprint wise, like Memphis makes more sense than Cincinnati or UCF.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Like you could make a zillion arguments about all these teams. And
that conference has so much money now that I don't feel like they care as much about footprint. They can just they're probably flying to every game anyway, even if it's an hour down the road. They're flying. So
right. Before we move on from other Sunbelt games, I just want to go ahead and give another LOL out to the trash down south, 38-6 to Florida Atlantic.
That was domination.
Yikes.
Yeah. That was it. So we already kind of touched on a little bit, like realignment. There's been some like legit news about realignment, kind of looking in Georgia State's favor of getting an invite to the American. Tim, you sent a link out to us. What was the commissioner saying?
He said it wasn't 100% on-field performance, I think, right? It was more so just overall peer institutions. I don't know what else.
Like an academic, a cultural, geographic fit and everything, which I definitely. And then there's a separate interview where he said basketball is going to be a component of the whole thing, and all of that I think bodes very, very well for Georgia State.
Yeah. We do need to start winning, obviously.
Yeah, winning a game would be good. I think winning a game, we start with one, and then you win the next one at Auburn.
Maybe they're just waiting for us to win our first game this season.
Hey, American, we're not going to win until you invite us. We're
it's going to go winless.
Even in my petty mind, that doesn't make sense whatsoever at all.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No. But they were talking. But he said 2 to 4 teams, so that it's not like they're talking about just 2.
Right.
So you talk about 4 teams. That obviously bodes even better for us. More chances to get in. I said they could come in before other teams are out. I don't know. I have no idea what the Sun Belt stipulation on us leaving, all that's going to cost or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. But it definitely still seems like American is definitely an opportunity for us right now.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we're definitely we're on a list, and depending on which direction they want to go, if they listen to all the Sun Belt fans, we would never ever be considered, right?
Yeah.
But
I think it's kind of funny. One thing he said was they're only considering schools that have reached out to them, and also on one hand, I think there's a rule in the NCAA that conferences cannot reach out to schools. Schools have got to reach out to conferences, so they're kind of like hedging their bets on that whole thing. Whatever you want to say. On the other hand, I'm like, what school would you want that had not reached out to you? It's like. Yes. No. We're looking at Notre Dame, but they haven't reached out to us, so we're not going to talk to them at all.
Right. Yeah. I was going to make I was just going to say UGA. I'm like, yeah, we consider them, but they haven't reached out to us. So
UGA, you guys could be the powerhouse in the American Conference. Come on, bring it in. But see, what I did is I picked an independent school, which is more realistic kind of thing, and you picked a staple in the SEC, and so you're dumb and I'm awesome.
You didn't pick a very good school because just like UGA, there's no chance in hell. The chances of it happening are approaching 0%.
That'd be hilarious though. For as many years as Notre Dame has resisted joining a conference, they're like, "Yep, we're going American."
Yeah, but they're already like de facto ACC. So
yeah, and I think their Olympic sports are like Big Ten or something already. Yeah.
I think officially too. I don't even think they're de facto.
Yeah.
Notre Dame almost lost to Toledo.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame had a rough go of it yesterday, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Tennessee lost to Pitt.
That game I felt like lasted forever.
Yeah,
that game was on. I took my kids to the playground. I came back. I watched 2 other games end, and they finished with that Tennessee Pitt game still on. And then when it finally dropped into UGA and UAB. UGA was already up 2 scores.
Yep. Yeah. I think that happened fast.
That was a long game. It was a long game. So, all right. Well, I didn't talk about our other sports last week, and that's on me for not being prepared whatsoever at all. So, apologies to our other our sports, but I'm not going to talk about what happened those 2 weeks ago. I'm going to talk about what happened last week. Men's soccer wins against UNC Asheville 4-0, and then lost to Belmont 1-2 in overtime. So that sucks. They're playing Winthrop and Davidson this week. Women's tied Furman 2-2, and then beat Presbyterian today. I don't have the score because I forgot, but it's on my phone probably. Nope. And they're playing Lafayette this week. Ugh. And Texas State. They're playing Lafayette and Texas State because I don't know if travel partners exist in women's soccer. And Ryan's totally dialed out. He's not even looking at the screen anymore.
Yes, no, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Volleyball Friday had 3 matches on Friday. A win against Alcorn State, a loss against Team Stetson 1-3, and they beat Presbyterian 3-2. They're playing at Clemson this week.
Should be an easy win.
Yeah. Men's golf played about as well as men's golf plays for us. Not good. That's it. That's other sports.
Good job, other sports.
We need a graphic for others. I think I've said this before. We need a graphic for other sports. Or not.
I don't know, man. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. I've been at a Falcons game. I went to a Falcons tailgate. I went to a Falcons game. I put all this together right beforehand, so hopefully it's not horrible. All right. We'll call this quits. We are going to do a last call. We're going to do a last call. I'm drinking more. I've got a pretty full vodka and a cooler full of beer. We'll talk a little bit more about how drunk Tim was at Manny's.
So drunk.
On Saturday night. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening. We're going to head over to last call. It's on our Patreon, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. Consider joining our Patreon, $3 a month. You get early access to last call. You get invited to our private group chat. You get discounts on our merchandise. You get discounts on our bus that is going to Auburn in a couple of weeks. Check it out. $60. We got booze provided for us by Dry County and Max Wine and Beer. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Tim's not going because he sucks, but Ryan and I will be there. And
I'm going. I'm just going the day before.
You're not going on the bus.
You're not going on the bus. Doesn't count. You might as well not be there. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to see you while I'm there.
You should just commute back to Atlanta and get on the bus and then come back.
Yeah, drive your car down Friday morning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come back. And then get on the bus Saturday.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
One-way trips are allowed. It costs the same price, still $60. You still have to pay $60 to go. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll talk to you next week. And yeah, I guess say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.